Sometimes I can't help but feel like I don't belong here. Out of place, out of mind, like all the time. There's nothing else that feels like it's meant for me. But I've got a sweet escape. Under bright light, illuminate my face. Under bright light, they're shining down on us. Under bright light, illuminate your face. Under bright light, that's when I come alive. See the galaxy's reflection in your eyes. There's nothing that compares to this.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to live coverage here from the Agborough Stadium. It is Kidderminster Harriers Football Club versus Curzon Ashton. Welcome one and all to a really, really gorgeous Agborough Stadium here today. It is a packed out arena as well. We will go over while Sweet Caroline blasts out over the loudspeakers. Twitch, please don't sue me. We'll go over the starting lineups now as they stand on the team sheets. For Kidderminster, it's just the one change to the starting 11 with Joe Fox returning from injury. Geraldo Bajrami is the one that is making way for him after picking up an injury himself. So the lineup as it stands, it is Luke Simpson in goal, Alex Penny, Caleb Richards, Keith Lowe, Sam Austin with the captain's armband, Matt Carrington, Amari Morgan-Smith, Ashley Hemmings, Amari Sterling, the aforementioned returning Joe Fox, and Keziah Martin. On the bench for Kidderminster is Lewis Montrose, Ethan Fremantle, Jaden White, the academy product Luke Bastable makes his first appearance on the bench, and new signing Matt Stenson, loanee from FC Halifax. He gets his first go in a Kidderminster shirt. Will he make a difference or make an appearance here this afternoon? Only time will tell. Well, the big story for Curzon Ashton, of course, before leading up to the game and on deadline day, wasn't necessarily of a player coming in. It was one leaving. Huge influential centre-back Harry Flowers has left the club and has transferred to Telford. And I am told, yes indeed, confirmation of that, Harry's starting today for Telford. I know. When I saw the tweet go out, honestly my heart dropped. But obviously we certainly wish him well. He's got a bright future ahead of him, and he's certainly one that we are going to miss. His replacement today, though, is none other than Marcus Posher, who has a habit of scoring against the Kidderminster Harriers. He scored the only goal for Curzon the last time that these two teams met, all the way back on the 14th of December. That result a 1-1 draw at the Tameside Stadium. So the lineup for Curzon is as follows. It is Chris Renshaw in goal, Matthew Challoner, Marcus Posher, Alex Curran, Tom Pearce, Scott Wilson, Jordan Lassie, Jordan Richards, Craig Mann as always with the captain's armband, Adam Barton, and Joseph Nolan comes back for another go and a second chance at his return to the club. Adam Thomas and Dale Witham are both recalled to the bench, with Connor Teal being dropped from the side today. He is featured on the bench and has been listed as a bench player for the past 2 games, but has not featured since his injury that he picked up to the rib area against Farsley Celtic. Joining Thomas and Witham on the bench are Connor DeMaio, Craig Hobson, and the 18-year-old loanee from Blackpool, Luke Mariette. So we've got 7 minutes to go until kick-off here. You should be able to see on the top corner of your screen the scoreboard, the little scorecard there. We will obviously keep you up to date, whether you just a visual kind of aid there to keep up to date with. But there's plenty of games happening in and around the National League North as well. Obviously, with the international break, there is no Premier League and no Championship matches to speak of, but plenty from League One and below to get your teeth stuck into. So across the National League North, Alfreton go up against Southport. Blythe Spartans, they host Hereford. Darlington host Boston United. Telford, with Harry Flowers making his debut for his new club, they travel all the way to Leeds and to Farsley Celtic. League leaders Gateshead, who Curzon Ashton visited on Tuesday night and lost 4-0 to, they host Bradford Park Avenue. Gloucester City host AFC Fylde. Guiseley hosts Chester. Chorley, they travel to Kettering Town. Brackley travel to Spennymoor Town, and also in North Yorkshire, York City host Leamington. So it'll be an interesting game and an important game, really, for the state of the season for Kidderminster Harriers. They haven't necessarily been in the best form recently as of late. They've had a difficult month of March so far. They've only had 2 points from a possible 15. Hola from Espanol for Richard. ¿Cómo está? I hope you are well, Richard. I hope I said that right. I took, I think, 2 or 3 weeks of a Spanish for beginners class. So if my Espanol is no bueno, then I deeply apologise. Up the Nash, up the Nash. Well, you say that, but it is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Midlands. Sun is shining down. I mean, from where I am in the commentary position in the media gantry, it is. I'm having to get the short end of the stick. I wasn't. The teacher and the head teacher said that I can't quite take my work out to the sun, unfortunately, today. So I'm in the shade, which is a little bit breezy. There is a slight breeze that's blowing from left to right from where I'm sitting. So from the behind the home stand, where it is absolutely packed, might I add. The 5-star Windows North stand to the left-hand side of me is absolutely packed out. It is really, really something. But they haven't had too much to shout about so far. They've had a really, really difficult month of March. 2 points from a possible 15. And they haven't really picked up any massive results, incidentally, since the ending of their FA Cup run. Of course, the famous FA Cup run that took them all the way to the 4th round, where they hosted Premier League side West Ham United here and very, very nearly got a result if it wasn't for a 90th minute equalising screamer from Declan Rice, and then a winner in the 120th minute from Jared Bowen. Nevertheless, the side's still very much in playoff contention. They currently sit 4th in the National League North. They are yet to come up against fellow playoff contenders Gateshead, Fylde and Brackley. So it's a big tail end of the season coming up for the home side, who are searching for their first win since the middle of February, all the way against Boston at home. Here, that was a 3-1 victory. Last result for Kidderminster was a 1-1 draw last week here at home against Chorley. As it looks like we are just moments away from the players coming out of the tunnel. Obviously, it was a very, very difficult night out and a very difficult night in the office for Curzon Ashton. Last time out on Tuesday night, it was a 4-0 loss away to league leaders Gateshead. The side definitely did play better than their last outing against Farnsley Celtic. The scoreline, though, might not necessarily suggest the performance. Plenty of saves were made by Chris Renshaw, but just on the wrong end of a few bounces, a penalty as well thrown in there for good measure. And of course the controversy as well that if those who are not following the side on Twitter, of course, to keep up to date with everything that is Curzon Ashton related, you can follow the club on Twitter at Curzon Ashton, and to keep up with anything that I might myself be doing as a young budding football commentator, you can find me on Twitter as well, Ben Fitz Live on Twitter. In fact, we can through the power of Twitch, we can actually fire off the command. There you go. There is the link to my Twitter account if anyone is wondering. But yes, the story obviously that came out, and the biggest story I think that broke at the end of the match on Tuesday night against Gateshead was the red carding of Harry Flowers after the 90 minutes had expired. It is still up for debate and is still up for dispute as to what quite happened there. Full details are quite unclear, but it is understood that it was a red card for dissent-related infraction. But of course, with Harry leaving now, it seems that it's all water under the bridge. The result only dropped the visiting side as well to 11th place. Their dreams of playoff football that looked also bright this time last month, with a really, really impressive winning streak, an unbeaten streak going in through the league. Those dreams starting to slowly fade away, and now it seems like it's a bit of self-preservation mode, a little bit of damage control perhaps. No signings obviously made towards the end of the window and deadline day on Thursday. Whereas Kidderminster brought in 28-year-old striker Matty Stetson from National League side Halifax, as some of the substitutes for Kidderminster start to make their way out and take their place on the bench. And here we go, the teams making their way out of the tunnel. Kidderminster Harriers are in the all red. That, of course, was made very, very famous and has made a massive appearance on BBC Sports. And Curzon Ashton in the familiar road kit of black and salmon stripes. Your referee for this afternoon's clash as well is Sam Mulhall, with the two linesmen being Ryan McIlravy and Joshua Brooklyn. Apologies if I pronounced that one wrong. As the teams just take their last little jogs around and runs around on a beautiful ground here in Kidderminster. Plenty of noise looks like it's going to be made from the home faithful over in the Standard Terrace. It is absolutely packed. I genuinely do not think I've seen a home end so far in person during my coverage and my opportunities to cover Curzon Ashton football this season for the past couple of months. I've never seen the numbers that are behind the goal right now. It is really, really something to watch and really, really something to behold. Obviously, this club will have a lot of support behind it after their deep cup run that ended the start of this year. Can this support will their team onto a win here today to snap this streak without a win? As the two captains meet in the middle, ready for the toss. Your captains, as a reminder, for Kidderminster Harriers is Sam Austin, number 7, who first joined in 2016 as a teenager. This is his 18th appearance for Kidderminster today, and he's getting close to coming up to 200 appearances in a Kidderminster shirt. The teams are going to swap sides here after the result of the toss. Kidderminster captain as well knows how to score against Curzon Ashton. He has scored a couple of good goals against the side through his time. As Curzon Ashton are going to be the ones to get this game started and underway. It looks like Curzon will be kicking from left to right in my commentary position, and Kidderminster will be kicking from right to left. That wind is blowing from behind the goal that Curzon Ashton are defending currently. So we will see if that decides to play into effect at all. It's not a towering stadium in terms of the stands. It's quite a low ground stadium, so not much room for any wind to be beaten away or negated as the referee blows his whistle, and we are now underway here in the National League North. It is Kidderminster Harriers versus Curzon Ashton as the long ball goes forward towards the final third from Adam Barton, but that's going to be watched and let roll through by the Kidderminster goalkeeper Luke Simpson for a goal kick. Simpson, of course, is a player who's collected plenty of clean sheets last season. Hasn't necessarily maybe had the same kind of luck and the same kind of sureness in front of him this season. It's his 34th appearance today, and of course it is the goalkeeper that was called into action quite massively in their FA Cup 4th round tie against West Ham. So the goal kick was met up by the head of Barton, and there's going to be a throw in here right on the near side of the ground, just to the 5 yards to the right hand side of the halfway line. Taken by Richards, touched on as a 1-2 by the captain, and there's a little nudge in the back there from Curran. Referees spotted that, and it is going to be a free kick to Kidderminster, which is taken quickly in the forward half and is sent back to Perry in the defensive half, and is then sent long down the ground towards the near side corner flag. Richards is there to chase, and he does what he needs to do to get it away from Amari Morgan-Smith, the experienced man. 28th appearance with 6 goals so far for him this campaign. 8 years since he first joined the Harriers. As the throw-in is taken now towards the near side of the ground with Richards. Intercepted away by Blassie, and it is going to be the first corner of the game. Here on the near side of the ground, right close to the home faithful that you might be able to hear now drumming up and singing the songs up. A lot of numbers. There's three or four Curzon Ashton shirts right standing on the goal line at the moment, and now everybody else decides they want to join the party, making it really difficult and crowding around Renshaw as he comes out to punch. Ball falls out, and there was a swinging there from Martin. And he's going to sit up all right, though, for Kidderminster. Here is Austin, the captain, on the far side of the ground, passing backwards inside his own half, and he's going to go all the way back to his goalkeeper in Simpson. And he's going to spread the play to the near side here for Penny, the goal scorer in that FA Cup tie against West Ham United, the one that put Kidderminster in the lead, as that searching ball is searching a little bit too optimistically, I think, and that's going to go out for a Curzon Ashton goal kick. Yes, of course, Alex Penny in his third season with the club, and it's his first full season following the COVID-19 pandemic, and made the most of it as well. 4 goals across what is 29 appearances now this campaign, with one of those goals, of course, being the goal that put the home side in the lead against West Ham and had everybody here dreaming of a 5th round FA Cup tie. So opening 3-4 minutes gone now, as the ball is launched up towards Piers, as Penny, the man we were just highlighting and just talking about, heads that one clear, and going to go for a throw in directly in front of where I am sitting in this attacking half. So it is Richards that is on the throw. Mann tries to draw close to him, but he is ignored, and then Nolan as well is ignored. Richards is trying to get 1 or 2 extra yards. He's initially pulled back. Piers heading down for Curran, but that one's hooked away by Penny. And then Morgan Smith. Good touch from Austin initially, but then it took Lassie and both Lassie and Posher to clear that one away, and now it's on the far side of the ground. Here's Wilson wrestling hard, and he is going to be pulled back and win the foul. Hemmings involved with the challenge there from Kidderminster Harriers. As a brief little piece of applause is ripples out from the seated crowd on the far side. It is similarly really filled up as well. There are lots and lots of seats and lots of legs in the ground today. Whether it's partly the weather or partly the fact that Kidderminster could very well be pushing for playoff contention this season, as the free kick is taken by Renshaw, who came all the way, and then a little bit of miscommunication perhaps between Richards and Simpson in goal, and then it's run down by Piers. Here's Nolan now on the near side of the ground, right into the corner flag, looking to possibly try and win himself a corner. He's surrounded by 2 Kidderminster shirts. He will eventually win the throw-in for Curzon Ashton on the near side. He did really well there, Nolan, with not much Curzon support around him, and we're going to get a throw-in 5 yards to the left-hand side of the corner flag here on the near side of the ground, which Richards stands over. Again, the run of Mann coming in and is ignored. Instead, he goes towards the feet of Piers, who swings at it and misses. Is sent backwards by Lassie. Here's now Barton with a touch. It is Morgan Smith that is harrying him there. Lassie is going to have to retreat all the way back to Renshaw, who sends it over towards the far side of the ground, aiming for Challoner, but that one just finds the far side stands. And the home fans sounding out their appreciation. It was good pressure off of the restart, and that second ball that Piers couldn't quite win, as the throw-in is taken and sent back to the goalkeeper Simpson. Here as 5 minutes are gone, we are still 0-0 here at Kidderminster at the Agra Stadium. Thank you very much for everyone that is joining us. Here is Penny for Kidderminster, just enjoying a little bit of possession in their own half now, the home team. Richards on the near side, being watched closely by Nolan, who went in well with a challenge, but the ball falls for Kidderminster. And now a switch possibly on, and he's been found there as well. It's a good ball by the returning Folks. Being watched by Challoner as he comes across to the byline, going in towards the captain Austin. He's having to retreat slightly now. Here's Carrington on the far side again, just slowly starting to build. Here's now Hemmings, who swings the ball over towards the far post. It is taken a touch by Amari Sterling. Keeps it on the near side now. Here is Richards for Harriers. Swooping ball in towards the near post. He's beaten away by Posher. Here is Piers tracking back very deeply and does well to make that one go to the sidelines. A couple of good minutes of play here and pressure from Kidderminster, and they take their throw-in quickly, sensing they might be able to try and wriggle something from here. But here now is Piers for Curzon Ashton, who decides to try and go down the line, and Penny with a touch as he urges the man there, Martin, to just take a second to compose himself. Carrington now trying to switch towards the far side. The initial touch was a poor one, let him down there. It was Hemmings. And now the ball retreating back into the defensive half for Kidderminster, but it's going to come back. Here is Richards now retreating after a little bit of pressing and pressure from Nolan. Here is Perry, who goes far side for Kidderminster. And, sloppy bit of play there. And now here is Nolan in the middle of the ground in advanced areas. He puts it sideways to Mann, the captain, who is making his 35th appearance across all competitions for this season today. So a big milestone game for our skipper. Here is Curran on the far side, being watched by Lowe, trying to angle himself some space as he angles a ball in towards Piers, who was offside. The referee going to let that one go. The assistant on the near side had the flag up pretty quickly, but letting it roll through for a goal kick. So 8 minutes gone, and it's still Kidderminster 0, Curzon Ashton 0. Only goal to tell you about so far, it seems, in the National League North is Gloucester City have taken the lead against Fylde. They are 1-0 up. That is the only game that at the moment we have record for, so we'll keep you up to date with what's going on around the grounds throughout the course of the afternoon, but at the moment it is the only score that is being registered and is being recorded is Gloucester City 1, AFC Fylde 0, as the goal kick is sent towards the free man there, and Morgan Smith in the middle of the pack. Now trying to push in that final third was Foulkes, who's coming back from injury, has returned in his first game here. Now his man in the middle of the ground, who covers a lot of ground, sort of advancing and then cutting inside. Now here's Richards on the near side, who's having to retreat to Posher. And pressing there was Morgan Smith, who is certainly a name that a lot of fans here will put in high regard. As the throw-in is taken for Curzon Ashton quickly by Posher, who went backwards to Renshaw, who was put under a little bit of pressure there by Morgan Smith. Challoner loses out in his header initially, and Wilson is sailed a little bit short, but that ball is judged to have come off of Sterling on that right-hand side, on that far-hand side. So it is going to be a Curzon Ashton throw-in on the far side of the ground, about halfway in the middle of the defensive half for the visiting team. And looks like he's going to wind this one up and try and go down the line towards Challoner. In fact, it goes over him and doesn't go in towards Piers. As something spotted there. And Kidderminster are going to get a free kick. So it's it's a throw-in. It was a throw-in that was given. The throw has gone in and then out again as this ball is sent long down the line, and still on the far side of the ground. A touch from Hemmings looked a little bit odd, but they carry on with it now here on the near side. Here is Richards for Kidderminster. Going back just briefly to Martin, not losing too much ground with it. Nolan now trying to press hard. Martin twisting and turning. Curran tries to join in, but in doing so he leaves Carrington a little bit of greenery to try and run. Turning inside and beating off the Piers. Here's now Richards on the near side, having to try and go against Richards. Ball towards the far post is headed away by Wilson, and now still on the far side of the ground. Here is Foulkes. Cries of shoot, urging for Carrington to have a go, who lifts it forward. Posher with a header away, dead on the penalty spot. And now possibility for a counter-attack. Piers, his second touch was too heavy, and it was recovered by Lowe. And now building on the far side of the ground. Here is Sterling on the far side, who swings the ball into low towards the near post and is cut away by Wilson, but they come again. They're still building pressure. Now just withdrawing a little bit. Thomas is on the bench. Yes, mate. Adam Thomas is on the bench. No Connor Teal has travelled with the squad, and also, of course, no Harry Flowers, who is making his debut with his new club this afternoon in Telford. So on the far side of the ground now, still with Kidderminster enjoying position. No worries. Here is Penny near side with Keziah Martin, being watched by Piers. He gets half a foot in there and he has to retreat to Perry. Swinging ball long from far to near side diagonally, and it reaches Richards. His first touch looked a heavy one, but almost worked out for him. Here now is Carrington off of the intercept pass after Nolan just tried to pass for distance. Here now is Sterling, switch over to the near side. He beats Nolan and goes past Richards as well, driving towards the byline, and Posher has to go in there well. Big appeals that that ball has gone over the line, and the referee on the far side agrees. It's going to be a corner on the near side of the ground. Posh trying his best to keep that one from going over, but couldn't couldn't quite keep that one in. I think we're just asking the precautionary question of the referee, and he says, "Yeah, I was there, mate. Don't worry." I completely agree. And it's going to be Hemmings that is stepped to take this corner kick here. The man who signed a 1-year deal in February. Game number 34 for him this afternoon, who says he feels loved here at Agbra, which is always a hurdle, I think, for players when they sign for a new team, as that ball's driven in low and hard, and it's going to be another corner kick. It was a 1-2 almost on a short corner from Amari Sterling back to Hemmings, who decided to just fizz a ball in low towards the near post, and it was Richards covering that near post that had to thump that one away. So we're going to get a second try here in quick succession on the near side of the ground. And that ball is now sent up aerial, and the header on the front post was there, but headed over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick for Curzon Ashton. First real chance of the game, though, for either side, as we come up to a quarter of an hour gone, still 0-0 here in this contest here between Curzon Ashton and Kidderminster Harriers, live at the Agbra Stadium. I hope that you are enjoying the coverage. This, of course, is going to be the home for live Curzon Ashton coverage in football for the rest of the season. Barring a brief period in a couple of weeks. Actually, there'll be no coverage from the 8th to the 16th of April, as I will be away to New York. So the goal kick just sending the ball long towards the near side of the ground, the attacking half, but it's bounced out for a throw-in, which Caleb Richards, the ex-Norwich loanee, is going to take. Interestingly enough, he is a player who's also has experience in America. Speaking of my trip to New York, I'll have to ask him about his trip and his time with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, spending a season with them in the USL Championship, as a free kick is given here for a shove in the back from Wilson. Free kick attempted to be taken quickly, but the referee there wanting that ball to be pulled back to its original position, and it's taken quickly anyway as soon as it's spotted by Perry. Here's Sterling, who goes back to Perry. Now towards the far side with Lowe. Run on forward for him was initially ignored. Little 1-2 pass, and not really gaining much distance at the moment. Just again spending a little bit of time in possession, just playing it a little bit slower until they can eventually send it along. Like now, as they try and find Morgan Smith, who has managed to win the ball. He's Sterling now on the near side. He's been pushed close. Two Curzon Ashton shirts there to defend in Richards and Nolan. Ball sent in towards the box. It's dropped for Carrington, who's going to have a go, and just flashes past his post. Brought it down with a chest and then just went with a half volley. And it just sliced wide. Wasn't a bad connection. He didn't have too much time to think about the volley and the shot at all either. So good pressing chances here in this opening quarter of an hour for Kidderminster. Can't quite get their flick on from Pearce under control. And now here is Falks on the far side of the ground, deep in his own half. Switching all the way through to the near side with Pearce. Martin, who sends the ball long and central to gives Morgan Smith. Here's Sterling now to the captain. Big shouts for a penalty, waved away by the referee. But they're still attacking here in the final third. Sterling looking to try and send his captain through in Austin, and it's just going to roll through to Renshaw. But yeah, massive shouts from the home faithful area behind the goal in the five-star windows north stand. But referee had a good look at it and waved it away. I think half an appeal as well by manager Russ Penn. But nothing really of any note given, and we play on as a throw-in is going to be taken. How's your touch, sir? Not too bad. I don't think he'd be quite taking over either Luke Simpson or Chris Renshaw in goal, but he held it. Throw-in was taken quickly though by Curzon Ashton. Here's Nolan, who's passed it backwards to Richards. Him searching for Piers, didn't quite work out. Here's Lassie, who goes on to the far side over the head of Challoner. And that switch so far in this game hasn't quite been working out. Usually quite pinpoint and quite accurate with their switching passes, but hasn't been so in these opening 17 minutes. Here's Lassie now after the intercept, and that's a very, very high foot there. And we're going to see our first yellow card of the game going to Jordan Lassie. It looks like it, at least anyway. Hello, Cavallo. Welcome along to the game. Welcome along to the stream. It's been very, very much all Kidderminster so far in these opening 18 minutes. A couple of good chances for the home side. But nothing quite on target yet. We've just got a little brief stoppage in play, as I think that is a booking there for Lassie. Jordan Lassie just getting a little bit too over anxious with trying to win the ball back, and a high boot into the thigh has resulted in a free kick and a yellow card. So it is still Kidderminster 0, Curzon Ashton 0. Here at Agborough, a really beautiful sunny day. That wind that was blowing from behind the goal Curzon are defending is, well, I was just about to say has died down, but now it's starting to pick up a little bit again as that's sent down the line over on the far side of the ground. Challoner was involved there, and he's going to win out against Murray Morgan-Smith and earn his club a throw-in on the far side of the ground, just shy of the edge of the 18-yard box as well. Looking like he's going to set this one up down the line. Piers has come over into that far side. It's being left now for Wilson, who does indeed send it down the line towards Piers, who I don't think quite got a touch on that. Sent down the line forward. It's still continuing on that far side. And now it's hoofed and hooked away by Challoner. Curran was half off the run there. Nolan trying to run in and press and hassle the Kidderminster centre back there, but it is sent away. Touch there by Austin for Kidderminster. It's being watched by Posh, who does very, very well in defence there. G'day, Brighton. It's yeah, it's nervy scenes at the moment. I'll have to say, my friend. They've not they've dealt with everything so far, but it just seems like there's a little bit of, I don't know, I think a bit of apprehension. I think, like you say, with Harry having been transferred, sent away and going away, they are still certainly playing as a back four, though, as I'll just end that thought here for a second. Here's Martin on the near side, Sterling taking over, being watched by both Piers and Richards, sending the ball close towards the goalkeeper, and Barton's going to head high and over to send that one for a corner in the on the near side of the ground. Yeah, back four are certainly dealing with everything that's been dealt so far to them in this opening 20 minutes. Barnes Emma, thank you so much for following the stream. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the coverage. It is Kidderminster 0, Curzon Ashton 0 here in this opening 20 minutes of this National League North fixture. Of course, if you want to keep up to date with everything Curzon Ashton commentary related, you can follow the stream as that one comes very, very close. And it's been given, I think. It has. Well, I'm not quite sure who the goal's being given to there, but it is indeed the goal. Linesman, I think, is the one on the far side that's given it. We'll see over the tannoy who that goal is awarded to, but it is judged Kidderminster 1, Curzon Ashton 0. And I think the referee, it looked like he was going to go over to his linesman on the far side and have a little bit of a discussion, but I think it's Challoner and Piers that are still protesting and wanting to know what the decision is here. But no matter what way you slice it, it is going to be Kidderminster 1, Curzon Ashton 0. Piers and Mann still in deep discussion with the referee. Well, I think that's going to be twice in a week for Curzon Ashton, that they will feel aggrieved by the decision of a referee. We restart play, and it is Kidderminster 1, Curzon Ashton 0. I believe the goal is given straight from the corner. We're not sure who has scored it. But we carry on either way. Richards now with a throw-in on the near side of the ground for Curzon Ashton. It's headed away by Sterling, who certainly was involved in that goal. Barton trying to head it back into the attacking half, but that's cleared away. Here's now Sterling on the near side of the ground in his defending half. He's got plenty of space on the switch if he can find it, but instead tries to continue near side and go for his captain, Austin. Here is Richards now. Still on the with Carrington. It's fell for Morgan Smith. Richards on the near side. Here is Martin, who's had to retreat momentarily for a second there. Martin, that ball's lofted over the top from Austin actually as well. It's fallen for Richards for Kidderminster. And a slide in is beaten away, but it's still alive for Kidderminster. Richards sending that one, and it's still there. It's still floating around. And the free kick is going to be given for the foul on Renshaw, the goalkeeper. Yeah, I'll explain the adverts thing at halftime because there is a reason for it. I'll explain the adverts thing at halftime, and I'll try and clear that up as best as I can. Basically, my hands are tied. In short, my hands are tied with the adverts. But I'll explain it in greater detail later on. As the goal kick is sent to the near side of the ground for Piers. Curran did keep that ball in, and he's sent all the way into the stands here on the near side of the ground. He's going to rejoin play as well. Header now on back from Kidderminster, trying to send Morgan Smith in on behind. Here is Wilson, who's hassled now with Challoner. It's a back four today, Baton. It's Richards on the right back. It's Posher and Barton stepping in centre back, with Wilson as well there. So it looks like they have actually switched to a back five, so a back three with wing backs. As they're building again here now, Kidderminster on the far side of the ground. Here is Sterling, or Hemmings I should say, being covered by Lassie, and Wilson there as well is waiting behind him. Mann trying to join in as well in the chase and the fight. Here now is Fox on the far side. Ball coming in by Carrington towards the near post. It goes over the head of the captain, Austin. Here's ball trying to cut back for Hemmings, or sorry, Sterling. Plenty of number 10s and 11s and 12s are running around here for Kidderminster. Here's now Nolan for Curzon Ashton on the near side of the ground, looking to try and build through the middle of the pack with Mann. Here's Piers, who came quite short and turns inside himself to collect that ball. Switching near side to Richards, who sends the ball low and looking and aiming for the feet of Piers, but that one can't quite find him, and the ball searching long. So it seems like the consensus is that the goal is an own goal from Jordan Lassie. So it seems like that is the consensus. As Richards now continuing the play near side to Curran. Good challenge in there, and it's going to be a corner for Curzon. So just confirmation and repetition of that, just in case anyone missed it. The goal has been marked down and has been awarded as an own goal, it seems, by Jordan Lassie. Sterling certainly for Kidderminster was helping it on, but it seems like the final touch came off of Jordan Lassie. As now Curzon tried to search for a reply before the half an hour mark, and a free kick's going to be given for something the referee's seen there in the box in the as that corner was being taken. So that chance quickly burns out to absolute niche, and we are going to get a free kick here for Kidderminster inside their own goal. So it is Kidderminster Harriers 1, Curzon Ashton 0, 27 minutes gone. The only other goal now to tell you about here across the league is the goal for Darlington. They are 1-0 up at the moment against Boston United in the 16th minute of play there. Of course, Gloucester City as well, still leading 1-0 against Fylde. And then all other games are still 0-0 as Piers trying to chase that one, involved against Penny. Penny winning that test of strength and winning Kidderminster a throw-in as well here on the near side of the ground, which Richards is going to stand over and take for Kidderminster. Sends it long down the line, 2 men there, Poshalawan in the back there, and has crouched a bit too much and has reached a bit too hard there as Posher. So it is going to be a free kick here to Kidderminster in the attacking half, near side of the ground as well. Hemmings was trying to make a quick darting run, just short there to take the corner, the free kick quickly for Sterling. But instead, this one is going to be sent firmly into the 18-yard box, it seems. The signal goes up. There's a lot of players crowded around the edge of the 18-yard box for both home and away. Touched on short by player, and it's reaches all the way past far post, and it's going to be a goal kick to Curzon. So the free kick that was taken was a quick touch on from Hemmings, and then Sterling with the right foot trying to sweep it in, but reaching over the head of everybody. Here now is Posher, who swings and misses at that ball, and Morgan Smith is there quickly to pounce on it, but Posher trying to recover, and he does well to recover from that and only concede the throw-in, which is going to be taken very quickly by Martin. Backwards to Caleb Richards for Kidderminster, who's being covered by Nolan. Sent back to Penny, who tries to go down the line, but his pass going far left, and it is going to be a throw-in to Curzon Ashton. So coming up to the half an hour mark, it is still Kidderminster 1-0. The own goal is the difference. That's sent long down the line to Piers. Apparently that ball went out, but nothing given. Here's man now on the near side of the ground, trying to drive inside the box, get on his left foot. That's really good covering work there by Penny to cut that out. Richards. Oh, geez, bought that one a bit there, I think, as Sterling. He felt the pressure in the back and the contact by Richards, and I think it's just sailed that one a little bit there to the referee, but nonetheless, it is going to be a free kick to Kidderminster on the near side inside their defensive half, which Luke Simpson is encouraged to come over and take. As the sun begins to just darken down a little bit. What was a really bright start to this game has come a little bit overcast. As now here is Morgan Smith. Can't continue with that passage of play. It's going to be a throw-in on the near side of the ground for Curzon Ashton in their defensive half. Posher is the one that is standing over it. It's told not to step any further by the referee. Sends it long up towards the header of Piers, who heads that one backwards uncontested. Here's Nolan. Curran with a chest down to Mann, the captain. That's a good over-the-top run there by Curran that was made, and then Lowe had to cut that one out and send that one out for a throw-in. It's a little bit better passage of play, starting to enjoy a little bit of joy here down this near side of the ground to Curzon Ashton. Perhaps a shot and a chance, and trying to test Simpson is going to be the way forward here. Here is Mann, who sends the ball low across the ground. A lot of physicality in there by Richards against Morgan Smith, and then free kick given to Kidderminster here. And it's for the challenge that Craig Mann made, but Mann got a lot of the ball. So whether the referee's saying that he wasn't in control of his slide, I'm not quite sure, but free kick is going to come either way here for Kidderminster that Alex Penny stands over to take. And this one is going to be sent over towards the far side of the ground with a lot of backspin on it. It's 2 men in red there, but only headed to the feet of Posher, who sends it first time up towards the halfway line. There goes Wilson, who sends it to far side of the ground, but only to the feet of Folks for Kidderminster. Now being pressured a little bit, here's Carrington, who goes back even further inside his own half with Lowe. Continuing the attack on the far side. It is Hemmings, who looks to switch towards near side, but that ball not having the angle on it and the desired power to find Richards, who was waiting in space. And it is going to be a goal kick to Curzon Ashton as the wind now really starting to pick up a little bit here. They need to take advantage of this in these last 10 minutes or so, Curzon. As the goal kick was taken short to Posher. It comes near side for Richards, who's now going to send a long ball over the top in the behind for Curran to chase, who makes it there and wins a corner for Curzon. As that ball thudded against Keith Lowe, no matter how much he's going to protest that. The defender who is in his 20th game across all competitions this season today. He's racked up over 150 appearances in what is his 6th combined season with Kidderminster, having spent time with Wolverhampton and York in between stints here in the Midlands. The corner is taken by Richards, which was a dangerous ball, but it was headed away by Kidderminster. Now here is Mann recovering on the far side of the ground, who sends it back into the mixer. It was Morgan Smith that got up big to send that one away, and now trying to get it out of his feet is Hemmings to try and launch Kitty on the counter-attack. Just slowed for a second there. There is Morgan Smith trying to head it, continuing that far post, far of the ground attack, and Curran was trying to press and try to chase the little slow pass back towards the goalkeeper, but it found himself there. Now here's Martin for Kidderminster, continuing the attack, trying to go in the middle of the ground. Carrington's inside his own half. Here's Lowe now on the far side. Building, continuing with Folks, who's just slowing the game down slightly. They're still in the attacking half and now going back to their own. Sending ball diagonal to the near side of the ground, searching for Richards, who's there on the overload and overlap, and he's found him as well, being watched now by Richards. The two Richardses combining and doing battle. And then there's Caleb Richards. That's the one that's going to be the better of the two and win out of the two. It is a corner on the near side of the ground here to Kidderminster, as we tick down to the last 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Still the own goal by John Lassie is the difference maker here. Kidderminster Harriers leading 1-0. As this ball is placed down on the corner flag by Sterling, who is a full international as well, the forward. As this is sent right towards the middle of the ground, that 6-yard box. Keeper came out with a punch, and it's being wrestled around in there, and eventually the free kick is given against Kidderminster for the pull-out on Piers. So yeah, back to the earlier point of Murray Sterling, the man who is wearing the number 11 shirt for Kidderminster. He is a full international for St Kitts and Nevis. He has also scored for St Kitts and Nevis recently in the World Cup qualifying for Qatar. So he certainly knows how to score on the big stage, and he's got 7 as well for Kidderminster this season. And here is Sterling as well with a header to intercept from the initial throw in, and now the captain trying to send a low-driven shot to catch Renshaw, wrong-footed, but it was safe into the hands of Renshaw, who got down to his left. Not enough pace on it, I think, there to trouble him. Here's Barton now, inside his own half. Renshaw continuing near to Posher, or at least it looked like he was going to continue near, but instead it is going to be Renshaw to send it long down the ground, hoping for Curran. Man, who doesn't quite read the flight of the ball well, and Austin there is going to win his club a corner. Ross Penn there, I think, in front of me was just sticking the arms out possibly for a stray foot and a challenge in there that shouldn't have been. But either way, it is going to be yet another corner for Kidderminster from this near side. It's a corner that sets Curzon undone. Is Lightning going to strike twice here? Corner is taken short to the feet of Austin, still on the east side of the ground. Sterling with a high looping ball towards the far side of the post, not quite dealt with convincingly. Sterling is going to have to go up against Richards and Mann, and he gets rid of them both. He does well there. Captain sends it one up towards the penalty spots, and it's headed clear. And now here's Curran on the near side of the ground. That one did stray out right in front of the Kidderminster bench. And it is going to be a throw-in here to Kidderminster just inside their defensive half, which Richards stands over, ready to take. The run was made and ignored there from Keziah Martin, as the wind is really starting to pick up now and is now blowing from behind the goal that Kidderminster are defending. So towards their attacking goal as that ball is passed backwards for Carrington. Here is Austin now on the far side of the ground. Here's Foulkes sending the ball up towards the goal, towards the 6-yard box. It's going over. So it is going to be a goal kick to Curzon Ashton. G'day, Peter. Hope you are well. You're just joining us. We are coming up to 40 minutes played here in this match. It is Kidderminster Harriers 1, Curzon Ashton 0. The only goal coming from an own goal after a scramble from a corner. Jordan Lussey is the one that has been named and shamed and credited with the own goal. But apart from that, Curzon Ashton have had a lot of answers for everything that Kidderminster have thrown at them, at least defensively. Not much has been happening going forwards though, which has been a bit of a story and a bit of an ongoing saga, I think, over these past few weeks, these past few fixtures. Just never able to make any real attacking threat or promise. But still plenty of football left in this one, and with Adam Thomas and Dow with them both being recalled and both on the bench this afternoon. As Curzon Ashton are going to get a throw in here inside the defensive half after Posher headed it against the back of Morgan Smith. Posher sending it over towards Pearce, but that goes over him. Penny, the header sends that high. Pearce and Curran are fighting hard there, and they've won out here, Curzon Ashton. Pearce trying to flick that one over towards the far post, but there was no one there in black and salmon to attack it. The only man that was really there was Challoner on the far side, but he was really in no shooting position. And he's going to go for a throw-in on the far side of the ground to Kidderminster, just in front of the corner flag on that side, and in front of the few travelling Curzon Ashton faithful. I can see on the from my vantage point the flags that are draped alongside the back wall of that stand. Here is Curran now trying to make his way inside the 18-yard box, and half a shout there, I think, for handball, especially from Pearce, who certainly looked convinced, and I think he could have had a case as well, as the ball is sent in by Wilson over towards the far post. A little bit of body work in there by Penny to try and stop Pearce, and now the ball sent high, taken with a bounce, and Richards sends it forward only towards Sterling, who is then half a tackle put in there by Pearce, and now they're away here, Kidderminster. Here is Sterling continuing far side now with Foulkes, and now overtaken on the overlap here in the final third now, trying to build on the far side of the ground. Here's Carrington, who goes even further back to Martin, who was caught a little bit late there, I think, possibly from Pearce, but referee waves play on. Pass back from Perry was a little bit, or to Perry I should say, is a little bit lazy, but makes it by the way back to Simpson, who sends a high ball with no real distance there. Nolan is going up against Martin, is in the back here for Pearce, who's going to try and take it first time. And it is going to be a corner ball. It was judged that a touch was taken there by Penny, which perhaps was what sent it so high and over the bar. It was a really, really strange passage of play there. A high ball that looped up and never really caught any distance. Eventually, after all the kerfuffle, it was Piers that has been in the midst of a little bit of a goal drought in terms of how he's scored well. And now corner over towards from the far side of the ground as it's ledged up by Posh Sherrod. It's a great save. Ball still bouncing around in the 6-yard box there. And another corner given. It was Posh that was the one that rose highest to the far side. It was a brilliant save to his right there from Simpson to keep this game in favour of the home side. Ball bumbled around a little bit for in and around the 6-yard box and is eventually cleared across the byline. And it's sent for another corner in quick succession here for Curzon Ashton as players go down in and around the penalty spot there. It's Wilson that's involved in it. With Carrington, it looks like. And referee Sam Mullall's just going to come over and give both of them a little bit of a slap on the wrist, I think. As the corner is now going to be sent in now towards the 6-yard box. It's headed away by Morgan Smith. And then headed clear out of the 18-yard box. Mann is there and is going to have to chase and recovers and does well to try and continue to send Curzon on their way in attack here. Here is Nolan sending to far side. It was Curran that was there and it's cut out yet again by Penny for another Curzon Ashton corner from the far side. This is a really, really good purple patch here for Curzon Ashton in these last few minutes of this game. They need to take something out of this. They need to score just before half time here to send this game level and to send them for another 45 minutes back on equal playing. So Richards now sending up to the from the far side. It was Barton that was there with a header, just came off the side of his head there, I think. And now Penny's going to send this one long and no nonsense, but it is a Challoner to send this one long and forward. And there's a head injury here that the player's going to be stopped for, I think, in the melee. If all of the corners that were thrown into the box from the far side, right in and around that 6-yard area, that corridor of uncertainty, as Physio is initially waved on and then held for a second. I think it's Caleb Richards that's the one that's that might be down there. Back to his feet. But a real green patch there for Curzon Ashton in that last 3-4 minutes of play. 3 corners in quick succession, back to back to back. And 1 chance from open play as well from Piers, who will be a little bit aggrieved perhaps that he couldn't get that shot on target. But you have to credit the last-ditch tackling of Penny there, as the ball is drops in front of the feet of Barton and we restart play. But the pass towards the far side of the ground was a poor one. And now here's Hemmings on the far side for Kidderminster that's driving forward. 1 minute stoppage time is added on and indicated by the 4th official as that is sent. And that's going to be judged to have gone out for a corner. The appeals went up in the box by Morgan Smith, among others. And we're going to get a corner on the far side of the ground in this 1 minute of stoppage time that has been added on by the 4th official. So instead of Curzon drawing this game level going into half-time, Kidderminster going to go in with double their lead. There's all barring 1 for Curzon Ashton that are back in defensive stations, with Piers initially starting on the edge of the 18-yard box, and it is eventually sent away and across the front of the box as the referee blows the whistle for half-time. Well, it's not been a too bad of a performance from that visiting side, Curzon Ashton, but it is Kidderminster that will go into half-time with the happier and with the lead. The own goal being credited to Jordan Lassie after the touch on from Amari Sterling for Kidderminster Harriers. There was a good 3 or 4 minutes here towards the back end of the first half for Kidderminster, all kicked off by a shot by Tom Piers that was deflected away by Alex Penny and Marcus Posher as well, forcing a terrific acrobatic save to the right-hand side of Luke Simpson. So half-time here between Kidderminster Harriers and Curzon Ashton at the Agborough Stadium. It is Kidderminster 1, Curzon Ashton 0. We're going to take a quick 60-second break. Don't go anywhere though, folks. We'll be back with a quick wrap around the grounds and the half-times, all around the rest of the fixtures in the National League North, and a full breakdown of the events of the first half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just 60 seconds. So, half-time here at Agborough Stadium. It is Kidderminster Harriers 1, Curzon Ashton 0. During the break as well, massive thank you to JP71. I'll give you your follow alert a replay there while we were away on the break. Thank you so much for following the channel and following the stream. Of course, this is the premier place to be for live Curzon Ashton football coverage for the rest of this season. And you can be here and support the stream, support the channel absolutely free by hitting that love heart button to follow along to the channel, just like Barnes, Emma and JP have done so far this afternoon. So we'll take a quick second to go around the grounds and see what the state of play is as well. There are a few games that are still ongoing and are just coming up to the 40th minute. So let's have a look around. Southport at the moment are currently leading 2-0 away to Alfreton Town. That game is still live and in the 39th minute. Also still live and in the 39th minute is Darlington. They are still leading 1-0 against Boston United. It's not been a good debut to remember for Harry Flowers for Telford, the ex-Curzon Ashton man. His new side are trailing 1-0 to Farsley Celtic. Gloucester City are still leading 1-0 at home to AFC Fylde. That game is coming up to half time, and then the rest of the games around are still at 0-0. So it's been a difficult half here for Curzon Ashton. A lot of forward pressure has been put up by Kidderminster, but for the most part from open play, Curzon Ashton have managed to deal with it. It's not been many true shots on target. It's just been those kind of half chances and that forward pressure that Curzon Ashton are managing to answer. But it's all well and good being able to answer that pressure and sit back and absorb the pressure. It's then what you do with it and then try and go forward, which we did see a little bit of towards the back half of the first period. A really great 3-4 minute period and patch after a stray ball that was latched onto and then sent forward for Piers, who looked to try and shoot with his left foot. He looked to almost put it for placement, trying to, I think, aim for that far corner, but it was sliding in. Alex Penny was the one that scuffed the ball long and over the bar. So it depends how they're going to try and attack this game now. They were having for quite a period of time a real joy from this near side of the ground as well. They were doing really, really well and building some nice attacks, winning balls, winning set pieces on the near side. So whether that's going to be the call and the plan of attack, of course, Adam Thomas is on the bench, so perhaps we can see some more of that link-up play that we had been used to seeing some weeks prior between him and Jordan Richards, which proved quite fruitful throughout February. Perhaps that could be the play and the option. Of course, also on the bench you have players like Connor DeMaio and Luke Marriott, advanced midfielders that might be able to give the Kidderminster defence another look and another thing to possibly try and think and worry about, as well as Craig Hobson to bring on up front for the big man there if they want a little bit more physical presence as well. So I was asked a question as well earlier about the adverts that were playing, the advertisements that were playing in and throughout the coverage, and the long answer to that is the logo that is on the bottom right hand corner, I think. Shocking that Thomas is even on the bench. Well, who would be the man that you would replace? I think you're right. I think that Thomas certainly deserves to be starting or deserves to be getting game time, given how well him and Richards were linking up and playing across the side. I think maybe as opposed to a back five, I think maybe you could switch to a back four. Perhaps if you have Posher and Barton or Posher and Wilson, one and the other interchangeable. Bring one of those centre backs off and bring Thomas into the wide area. Bring one of those advanced midfielders, possibly a little bit more central, because Curran at the moment is also almost in a bit of like a floating role. He's almost in like a Mazzala role almost. So perhaps that might be the option. Of course, plenty of time and plenty of scope left to change. This game very much still in the balance and very much still attainable for Curzon Ashton, as it looks like there are. Well, this is something that I haven't seen yet. We've got the youth of possibly the next generation of Kidderminster Harriers players out on the ground, as well as two mascots that are standing out on the ground. There's one in between a set of cones that are about 10 yards out, 10-15 yards out from a small goal that is being guarded by, I can only presume that's an owl. I can only presume that's an owl in between the sticks there. So yeah, getting the youngsters involved, getting the possible future academy prospects involved. There are plenty of academy prospects or academy products that are in the side and in and around the side for Kidderminster. Of course, one of those being one of the men on the bench, Luke Bastable. He has been brought in as an academy player.
First up, we've got Stephen, who's his birthday today. So Stephen, when you're ready, and on next instructions.
Here we go. So he's trying to drive past the line. Oh, he does well there to take it past, but he's got a little bit wide, and he's going to have to shoot near post, and he goes straight into the legs of the owl bear mascot thing. I'm just going to commentate this for the half. I'm just going to commentate this. This is going to be really, really entertaining. So we've got the youngsters. We've got we've got toddler one-on-ones. He drives past the Rhino mascot. He gets close in towards the near post and he scores, the youngster.
11 seconds to tie.
So I'm not quite sure what's actually going on here, because they've just said 11 seconds to tie. I'm guessing it's a birthday thing. This is really, really unique. So here's a youngster who's his 9th birthday today, who's gone past the Rhino and tries to go the low driven and goes past. That's a great goal.
Knocks it past the Rhino, 32 Harriers legs. They've got it in 8 seconds.
Oh, I see. So they're trying to be the fastest, I think, everybody. So this is very interesting. Oh, finish. That was a great finish. Left peg, curling shot. Mate, get Adam Lakeland to keep half an eye on him. Keep half an eye on the Kidderminster Academy. So yes. Anyway, to completely get back to the topic and get back to the point that I was I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree. Anyway, to get back to the original topic that I was talking about before we got distracted by toddlers and youngsters trying to take on and fire worldies past mascots, the advert situation is down to the logo that's in the bottom right hand side of your screens. I am a part of a program here on Twitch called the Sports Accelerator program. This month I'll be bringing my first month out of 3 to a close, and as part of that, basically it makes me what's called an affiliate on Twitch. So it basically gives me the opportunity to earn money with subscriptions, which can be used and can be a way to support the channel even further, and for ways to possibly even make a career out of streaming on Twitch, with a particularly, obviously at the moment for me, with a sports focus. So obviously the Curzon Ashton stuff and the football commentaries work hand in hand with that. I do all of my commentary preparation notes live here on Twitch as well, usually on Thursday evenings, which you are able to have a look at the videos and the replays of that backwards. You can watch them back if you've missed out and want to see how I prepare for a game like this. You can watch that one back as well. But yeah, it's basically so that I can. That it gives me the scope to possibly leapfrog me and propel me to possibly even make a career as a Twitch streamer. The primary thing that I signed up to with the Sports Accelerator program was to do with the Australian Football League, the Aussie Rules Footy, which kicked off last weekend and is in the middle of round 2, and it has been a historic round as well for those that might be interested in the Aussie Rules League. We've had a player become the 6th ever player and possibly the last ever player to kick 1,000 goals in his career. Lance Buddy Franklin overnight scored goal number 1,000, and he was absolutely swamped on the ground. If you want to have a look at some of the pictures there, it is really, really something to behold. The pitch at Cavallo is honestly really, really lovely. It is a really nice pitch. It's being watered as well. The sprinklers are on over on the right hand side, and the goal behind me. It looks like that's the only sprinkler that might be on. Looks like all the substitutes as well. I know usually we typically get the question about substitutes warming up. All of the substitutes are out on the ground and are kicking about and are warming up inside their own half. So possibly an indication of a change coming, maybe. See Hobson and Witham there as well, with DeMaio, Thomas and Mariette, who I'd certainly, I think personally, love to see get a little bit involved and get a chance for himself. Call me optimistic. I'm a sucker for an underdog story. As some more sprinklers start to fire up and start to whirl around. Well, you know what, actually, Peter, it's from where I'm sitting. It's actually a bit chilly. It is actually a bit chilly from where I'm sitting. But bearing in mind that, like, for my summers are usually, like, I have been used to, and I grew up getting used to, like 30-degree summers. So for me sitting here in the shade and with the wind and the breeze that's blowing in, I'm certainly regretting not wearing a jumper as well as a coat, because I'm certainly a little bit chilly. Little message to Wayne as well, the chairman, the club chairman as well. If you're watching this or listening to this in any chats, mate, can you chuck over my media hoodie, please? I've still not had one yet. I'll never make a Northern. I've lived in the North, though. That's the craziest thing about all this. I've lived in the North for like 4 or 5 years since coming back from Australia. So I know it's cold. I was there from the beast of the east, if you can remember that, all those years ago when all that snow came. I was living up in Catterick Garrison at the time. and we were snowed in. About 6 to 7 inches of snow was up there and didn't melt for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. It was great. So it looks like they're just working on a couple of like touch off and one top touch shots. It's just quick passing there in and around the box from the substitutes for Curzon that are warming up. We'll see the updates. Indeed, we might not actually, as the teams make their way out into the ground, as Kidderminster do. I'll give you a last-minute update on the scorelines in and around the National League North before we go back and kick off. Southport are up 2-0 there in the second half at the moment, away to Alfreton. It is half-time between Blythe and Hereford are leading that one 3-1 away from home. It is 2-0 at half-time to Darlington, so they doubled their lead before the end of the first half. Gloucester City and AFC Fire looks like they've just kicked off their second half. Gloucester still in the lead, 1-0, and Chester leading away from home against Guiseley, 1-0, and Brackley Town leading 1-0 away from home against Spennymoor as well. Yeah, Curzon, the wind at Curzon in the commentary position in Curzon Ashton is it is an absolute frostbiter. It's a real chiller over there. But the things we do for the Nash, we'll certainly be happy to grin and bear a little bit of a chill, a little bit of cold for the glory of the Nash. Although maybe not so much the glory over these past few games, but still plenty of time here to walk away with something this afternoon, as the sun is shielded away a little bit by a little bit of cloud cover that's coming in from the left-hand side of me. As we get ready to kick off now with Kidderminster standing over. It's Ashley Hemmings. No changes, it seems, that have been made to the two sides at the half-time break. So it is going to be Curzon Ashton kicking from right to left in my commentary position, and Kidderminster going from left to right as they go forward now straight from the kickoff. So towards the far side of the ground. Here now is Hemmings in the middle of the ground. In their attacking half, and already starting to try and mount that offensive pressure and build on what they left from the first half. But it's gone all the way back to Penny, and now sent backwards even further to the goalkeeper Simpson, who has brought out the cap for this second half. Fancies himself the slight Lev Yashin. Here now continuing on the far side of the ground. Kidderminster, as a tackle flies in there and goes in there, and it's going to be a free kick to Kidderminster on the far side of the ground, about the halfway mark of their attacking half. And already it's feels like that it's business as usual for Kidderminster, of coming out from that half-time break. Wonder here if we'll get the similar one-touch pass and then the swing in with a free kick that we saw from a similar position in the first half. All gathered in a line along the edge of the 18-yard box. Instead, they're going to run over it, and it's going to be the left boot, and it was almost headed into the far corner by Keith Lowe. He was falling almost. He was quite off balance as he kicked, or as he headed, I should say, and it just came off the edge of his head, and just managing to go over there as a ball goes straight into the skull of Carrington there. He eats Adidas football. Thankfully, that's not a mitre football, or he would have been in some real strife there. But nonetheless, throwing is going to come. Nothing like putting your body on the line for 3 points, as a certain Neil Warnock would say. You've got to die to get 3 points. Here is Piers now for Curzon Ashton. Ball sent long forward by Lassie. Flag goes up after a bounce. Curran was the man here on the near side that was ruled offside, and it's going to be a free kick to Kidderminster Harriers that I thought was initially taken short by Foulkes. But is held and left by Keith Lowe, who just had a chance a couple of moments ago to possibly make it 2-0 to Kidderminster. Wasn't too far off as his free kick is sent towards the far side of the ground, but is cut out initially by Richards. Nolan goes in to try and chase. Here now is Nolan on the ball. Continuing on the far side and passing all the way back to Posher. Here's Barton. It's a man whose turn and touch lets him down slightly and is intercepted by his opposite captain in Austin. And now a chance driving in there was Sterling on the far side looking for Morgan Smith to try and get himself free. But now here's Nolan on the far side of the ground trying to thunder forward for Curzon Ashton. Richards looking to come more centrally. Pears, he's in a little bit of space. He's got time to try and touch and turn, but can't find Curran, who is to the right-hand side of him. And now Carrington will send this ball back to Richards, who will take a little bit of time before sending this one forward. Posher with the interception now. Here is Lassie, who sends the ball forward that wasn't quite to the feet of Pears, as close to it as he probably would have liked. And now here on the far side of the ground, attacking were Kidderminster Harriers, but the pass down the line was a poor one. And now the ball will sit with Renshaw here. It passes short out to Barton, who's urging his players to just launch forward a little bit, and he's been dispossessed there by Carrington. But that's great work there from Mann to get back and get in front of Hemmings and win the ball back. Now here's Richards for Curzon Ashton on the far side of the ground, inside the attacking half, setting the ball up in front for Nolan, who's got a chance to try and keep that in, and it's pushed over the top of the bar by Simpson. I don't know whether it was quite safe or quite comfortable with that. There was a good opportunity there from Nolan to just make something out of nothing almost. And Simpson had to dive and send that one with a hand and with a palm over the bar. And we are going to get a corner kick here for Curzon Ashton on the far side of the ground. That Richards is standing over to take. Adam Lakeland, I can see there on the bench, is in deep conference with some of his assistants. He praised his side on Tuesday night, did Adam Lakeland, after their performance with what was being thrown into the deep end with being faced away from home against the league leader in their first go in a new system. As plays just being held a little bit here. Referee just looking and making sure nothing was going on. The first header on it back was Pears, who was down on the ground in a heap, but he's sprung straight back onto his feet. And now the chance for Kidderminster to try and counter-attack. Posher is going to have to try and deal with that quickly, and he does, sending that one back to Renshaw. There goes long over towards the far side of the ground, and Richards was involved there, but, well, both the Richards were involved there, but it was Caleb for Kidderminster, the one that rose highest, to send that ball out for a throw on the far side of the ground, which was taken quickly. Ball is set with Renshaw, who went low along the ground to Mann. His first touch pass couldn't quite reach Nolan on his left-hand side. Throwing again to come now for Curzon Ashton. It just feels like they've got a little bit of a more spring in their step here in these opening 5-6 minutes. It's still Kidderminster 1, Curzon Ashton 0 here at the Agbra Stadium. But Curzon Ashton are just enjoying 5-10 minutes of sustained attack. As referee on the far side, the assistant linesman is flagging. I think he's flagged for a throw-in to Curzon Ashton. He has indeed, and it's being sent all the way back into the towards the edge of the defensive half for Curzon. But Posher has been tasked with taking, who is done well so far in these 51 minutes that are gone in his first start since his injury. Obviously appeared off of the bench on Tuesday night. But here in his first start, he's holding himself well. There's a throw in there here from Kidderminster. It's taken down the line Richards, that's Jordan, is the first one with a head on it. Here is Piers. Mann now continuing the spread of play to the near side of the ground. Here's Challoner going backwards to Wilson. Lassie trying to see the switch on, but couldn't quite find the angle to get the pass to Posher, and rather than risk sending the ball forward, he'd go backwards to Challoner, and Lassie off the touch puts his goalkeeper under a little bit of pressure. Wilson uses his body well, but can't keep that one in play, and now Hemmings for Kidderminster Harriers is taking a quick throw in. The ball lofted over, the two captains go at it. Ball sent over the top. Barton half chases it but doesn't quite stay with it. Here's Morgan Smith now for Kidderminster on the near side of the ground. Challoner comes over to try and help out with the tackle, but the man out the back there, Hemmings, does well to take the ball away and send it towards the box, but it just goes over and out for a goal kick. So coming up to 55 minutes gone, and it's still Kidderminster Harriers 1, Curzon Ashton 0. For those who might be just joining us, it is an own goal that is the difference maker here. Jordan Lassie is the one that is being credited with it after a touch on from a corner from Amari Sterling, as Kidderminster come again here now on the far side of the ground, and as coming out was Renshaw initially, and then the shot low is dragged wide. Gee, how's he not had a shot on target? How has that not hit target there? Chris Renshaw was kept in no man's land there. He came out to try and collect the ball, but couldn't quite hold on to it, and then it fell. I think it was Ashley Hemmings that was the one that had the last touch. No, it was yes, it was. Sorry, I beg your pardon. It is Ashley Hemmings that had the shot that was dragged along the ground and somehow couldn't tuck in to the near post here in my position. Throw in here to Curzon Ashton. Piers now trying to search a ball towards the far side that both the Richards are going to go against, and Caleb Richards for Kidderminster is the one that is going to send it long, and it is now sent equally long and very, very high by Posher. Lassie to Jordan Richards. Little rainbow spin from Piers, but that doesn't amount to nothing. And now Kidderminster trying to launch on the counter-attack. Just holding his run there on the far side was Morgan Smith, but the ball had too much pace on it. And it's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side of the ground with Marcus Posher. Wonder if now is the time that Adam Lakeland is going to have to try and think about changes. It looks like that Craig Hobson has been sent to go for a little bit of a jog down the line, so whether that's any indication of whether he's going to be making an appearance shortly or whether he just wants to keep himself warm with the shade coming in. Throw in again now coming to Curzon Ashton on the far side of the ground, now in their attacking half. Richards goes down the line, can't quite stay in and stay and play for the captain, as a ball was sent over the top for Morgan Smith to try and chase him behind here. Had a lot of time and space if he could reach it, but the ball just flying too far. Now here is Posher on the far side of the ground, still in defence. Renshaw's going to send this one long into the near side, and Challoner touches that one with his hands, but judged to have gone over the line before the handball occurred. So Foulkes with a short throw in. Carrington was bodied well there by Mann. Here's Curran now on the near side of the ground. Piers. Still Piers through the middle of the park. Referee has a good long look and blows the whistle. Late challenge and a late lunge there. I think Carrington's the one that's the offender. And now here comes a really, really dangerous free kick here. Really good position for Curzon Ashton to try and build something. They're about 25 yards out from goal, but very, very head-on. Richards and Mann are the two that are standing there over and ready. Two-man wall being set by Kidderminster. One of them being the Kiddie captain, Sam Austin, who's not quite repeated his efforts from one of the few times he has faced Curzon before, as Richards tries to go for goal, and it's had a good bit of whip on it, but was covered easily by Simpson. I don't think it was ever really going to trouble the target if it didn't reach it either. But still positive signs in these opening 10-12 minutes of this second period. As Simpson is going to take his time to release this one, which he does now, and sends it high towards this near side of the ground. It's now Hemmings' turn to take a tumble over the stands, and now Morgan Smith is sends Wilson for a ride, and then the shot is covered and blocked by Barton. Hemmings was the one to join Curran from the first half, who dove over the barrier in this near side. And then the on-running Morgan Smith took a good turn inside to send Wilson to all sorts. And then a shot with a left boot was thudded right into the ankles of Adam Barton. And so a corner is going to come here on the near side for Kidderminster. And sent up towards the 6-yard box. Three-man goal! And well, you have to say that he deserved that one. I think it's Morgan Smith, the man who had created the corner and created the chance, heads in on the far post from close home, and it is now Kidderminster 2, Curzon Ashton 0. He ran in, thudding home from close range. And directly on the hour mark, the number 9, Amari Morgan Smith. It's his 7th goal across all games in this season. And it has put the home side 2 to the good. And a long way to go and a bigger mountain to climb for Curzon Ashton. He certainly deserved the goal after his efforts to create the chance and win his side the corner. He just floated in on the back stick, completely unmarked, and managed to convert from close range. As we restart here with Curzon Ashton on the far side. Posher trying to launch a ball down the line, but was initially cut out by Penny. And now holds up there for Richards for Curzon. Now here's Lassie, still on the far side of the ground. Blazes past Amari Sterling. Now Curran trying to continue the run with Nolan. And now sent backwards and launched long by Caleb Richards. Falls all the way back for the lone man in the outfield that was back there with Barton, who's having to turn and twist inside out, was looking a little bit seasick there almost. Posher goes back to his goalkeeper in Renshaw, and now really needs to be the time that a substitution needs to be made. As the ball is sent to the near side. It was headed away by Foulkes. Here though is Lassie, whose pass back to Barton was a little bit short, but manages to reach its intended target. Poshers can't though. Now here on the far side for Kidderminster, it's Sterling, who very well might be playing this afternoon and this evening for England against Switzerland. I've just seen a notification coming up that the lineup has just been announced for that game. But we've still got a game here to focus on today. A little bit closer to home. As the ball is going to sit here with the Kidderminster goalkeeper. It is sent long towards the Ashley Hemmings, the man who assisted the second goal. Now here is Hemmings again, having to deal with both Mann and Lassie, and Mann who won't stop running, and now a free kick is going to be given away against Curzon Ashton on the far side of the ground. So for those who might be interested, let's go over the England team sheet to face Switzerland, shall we? So it's Jordan Pickford in goal. Kyle Walker-Peters and Luke Shaw start with Mark Gahey, I think that's how you pronounce it, is Matt Gahey, and John Stones and Connor Cody. Connor Gallagher, Jordan Henderson, Harry Kane, Phil Foden and Mason Mount, with Maguire, Pope, Ben White, Tyrone Mings, Grealish, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Ollie Watkins, Raheem Sterling, James Ward-Prowse, Fraser Forster and Tyreek Mitchell all on the bench. Declan Rice will certainly be a name that Kidderminster fans will remember. Maybe not so much fondly after shattering the dreams of Kitty in the 90th minute plus stoppage time in the FA Cup earlier this year. Any excuse to big up my mighty Hammers as a push is seen in the back there of Craig Mann, and we're going to see a free kick here to Curzon Ashton. Mann is going to have to take this one short and back inside his own defensive half to Barton, who now tries to look for the overlapping run of Challoner. Is he going to manage to get there? He did quite get there, but couldn't keep the ball in. His touch couldn't quite hold that one in play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Kidderminster instead. So Hobson is still jogging up and down the line for Curzon to warm up, and it looks like there is going to be a change now as the substitutes board is getting readied for Curzon Ashton. So we are going to see our first change of this game past the hour mark, with about 25 minutes left in this game plus stoppage time. As here is Folks on the near side of the ground for Kidderminster. Sends the ball towards the far side with Penny. Plenty of run out there for him, and it is indeed going to be Craig Hobson that is going to be the one that is going to get brought on. So we've seen him warming up over the past 5-10 minutes, and the warm-up is going to result in 25 minutes of Craig Hobson. There's a throw-in. He's going to come here for Kidderminster, just in front of their home bench. Taken down the line. The chested touch there was too heavy from Morgan Smith, and it is going to be a throw-in to Curzon Ashton. So Wilson is the one that's standing over, ready to take. Craig Mann now running to come short. Always running is the skipper. Instead tries to go down the line. Challoner is wrestled to the floor, but it's going to be called as a throw-in to Curzon Ashton, and we're going to see our first substitution. It is going to be Marcus Posher that is going to make way for Craig Hobson. So I think he'll feel a little bit disappointed with that. I think Marcus Posher, he's certainly not had a bad game, I don't think, by any stretch of the imagination, and in his first start since being back from injury. But it certainly seems like Curzon are now going to throw a couple of men forward, and possibly, like we were saying, half-time revert to that back four, and now you've got a second striker to their pair up with Pearce. As Challoner is going to watch that one go out for a throw-in just in front of the Curzon Ashton bench. Hobson tries to get himself involved. Pearce has a little bit of an arm in the back there from Penny, and is now held in the corner. Corner is going to be awarded though. Done well there to fend off the two covering men to try and win the ball back, who are extremely voracious in trying to do so, which is the corner is taken short with Mann, and now it's sent into the box in the near post. Hobson fly up, and that ball has stayed in play as well. Here is Wilson now on the far side. Curran just flirting with the edge of the box. Sent now back in towards the far post, but that misses absolutely everybody, and it's going to go for a goal kick. It wasn't a bad. Oh, excuse me. Wasn't a bad passage of players. It looks like we might be seeing the first change for Kidderminster being readied as well. We will bring you updates as soon as we can. So Luke Simpson sends this ball long towards the far side of the ground. Barton is up there, but it was Morgan Smith that came off the better. The ball going to roll into the hands of Renshaw, though, who's had himself a tough few outings. Chris Renshaw. Wilson now sending the ball up towards Hobson, but that one's cut out. And it could be a chance here as well. Wilson's got to be very, very clean. Morgan Smith here. He's already had the best of Wilson once. He's still alive, and he's going to see it out and watch it go for a corner ball. That was very, very nervy moments there. Just a stray release there from Renshaw. Split the middle of Wilson, who was the closest man there. Morgan Smith trying to turn him inside out like he had done to initially create the corner that Kidderminster scored from just minutes before. And now possibly a chance to do it again. It looked like as well from the Kidderminster bench that the new loanee, the new signing on deadline day, Matty Stenson, is going to get his first debut and his first appearance. As the corner goes too close to Renshaw, and he comes and collects, and he's going to send the ball long towards Curran, but that's swiftly cut out by the head of Caleb Richards. Curran now looking to throw it on the far side of the ground, but instead he'll think better of it, leave it to Richards, who will go to a man in Pears who was relatively unmarked. Now plenty of red shirts come and swarm around him. Richards sends the ball into the box over towards the near side of the ground, switching, but that one's going to bounce all the way out for a throw-in to Kidderminster. Craig Mann there was trying to chase him behind, who obviously always chases hard and works hard. Sometimes a little bit too hard, perhaps, to his detriment, which he found out the hard way on Tuesday night, picking himself up a yellow card. But you certainly rather see a captain that tries to lead by example than not, as Pears sends a ball towards the inside with Curran, who now comes even closer near side. Here now is Mann being watched hard there. He does well to try and skip past the initial man in Fulks, but they did well in the secondary to cover up and win the ball away. Now they're trying to build again. Plenty of shirts back for Curzon Ashton to try and stop the initial flurry of the counter-attack, but that doesn't mean that there's not a threat gone. Here's Sterling for Kidderminster Harriers, who comes near side to Hemmings to slow the play down a bit. Rapturous applause that comes in. Ball in towards Morgan Smith! And it's a brace for the big striker. Amari Morgan Smith makes it 2 for him. It's Hemmings and Smith combining again. It was a deadly ball up to the 6-yard box and up towards the far post. And just like that, it is Kidderminster Harriers 3, Curzon Ashton 0. Well, it was always going to be another tough trip and another tough game coming here to Akborough Stadium. And Kidderminster are making real good on that. It looks like it is certainly going to be with 19 minutes plus stoppage to go, as another change is now looking like it's going to be made for Curzon Ashton. It's Dale Witham that is instead ready on the sideline. So whether we're going to see that change made now or whether they're going to have to wait to the next stoppage, looks like they're going to wait to the next one. And Connor DeMaio as well is ready on the sideline. So we restart at 3-0 here to Kidderminster, and they look to be coming again. Here is Hemmings on the near side of the ground after a nice dainty little ball by his captain. Tries to swing it in. Here's Gibbs White again, who tries to reach for his hat-trick. Punched away by Renshaw, but it's not clear yet. It's on the far side now. Here's Sterling being covered by both Barton and Richards. And it's going to go out for a corner on the far side to Kidderminster Harriers. They are really pushing and threatening despite their 3-goal lead. It certainly looks like this is going to snap that winless streak that Kidderminster have got going on. Remember, they haven't won since the 22nd of February when they beat Boston here 3-1. And they've still got 19 minutes plus stoppage time left. So there could be even more action and even more drama to come in this one. Corner on the far side is going to be taken in now. Sent towards the 6-yard box. It's punched out too close to Renshaw. But here is the captain, Austin, who continues far side for Kidderminster in that final third, trying to drive themselves into the box. And it's going to be another corner coming off of the feet of Richards, who was there to make sure that no angle could be made or was presented for the cutback or the pass properly in, especially with Morgan White having the performance that he's having, 2 goals in 11 minutes for him. And it's Morgan Smith, I should say. Takes him up to 8 across all competitions for the season. That one was taken quite low. It's evaded everybody. And it's fallen to Alex Penny dead on the penalty spot, who just fires first time with his left boot, and that one's not going to go anywhere. So it's Lassie that's going to be replaced by Dale Witham, he's struggled today, really. Lassie, of course, the man who was responsible for the own goal, and it's Alex Curran that is going to come off for Connor De Maio. So a double change for Curzon Ashton, and both are made as the last changes as well for the visitors. So all 3 substitutes now on for Curzon Ashton. It's Craig Hobson, Dale Witham and Connor De Maio that were the 3 substitutes that have been used and selected, as the goal kick went over the head of Piers, looking for the overlap of Man. It looked like there could have been a challenge and a foul in there, though. Hemmings plays on, shoots straight down the throat of Renshaw, who saves fiercely. Challoner still taking a second and taking a minute to gather himself here, as Witham is involved with a challenge and is going to give away a free kick. Gee, I don't know how that a free kick could be awarded there and then ignored against Challoner. Yeah. So we are now going to see a change here for Kidderminster Harriers, and it is going to be the debut of Matt Stenson. And you'll hear the big applause, the big round of applause. Everybody here is on their feet, all the Kidderminster fans on their feet to welcome off Amari Morgan Smith. 75 minutes played and 2 quick fire-headed goals. He will take his time to come off the ground here to the near side and savour this one, as will this man. The first look and debut of Matt Stenson, the loanee from Halifax, who was snatched up on deadline day on Thursday just before the window shut. Corner kicks taken short and drilled along the ground here. First involvement for Stetson. He couldn't get the ball out from his feet. Here is Fox now, though, to recover for Kidderminster. Cameron Lassie off here. Now sent into the stands by the goalkeeper, Luke Simpson, and it's going to be a throw in to Curzon Ashton. So that throw-in is taken short with Witham. Now looking over the top for Piers, who's marked tightly by Penny. Tries to send that one across through in line with the byline, but that's just going to roll out for a goal kick. So with 14 minutes plus stoppage left to play and a 3-0 scoreline, you definitely have to think that points are out of the description or out of the conversation in this one. Perhaps that Curzon Ashton can win out and get themselves back to winning ways and to better ways their next time out when they come back to the Tameside Stadium after a run of 2 games on the road. They welcome Spennymoor at home on the 2nd of April. So if you're available and you're around on a Saturday afternoon, then by all means come and support the Nash Live, but keep your mobile devices handy to tune into live commentary for that game as well. As he's Sterling, who blows past 3 or 4 Curzon Ashton defenders there, and has won his team another corner kick. Excuse me. One thing about doing this gig and about doing these shows, it doesn't have to leave you with a dry throat. So free kick is getting ready to be taken here on the near side of the ground. And it is sent into the 6-yard box close towards the goalkeeper, but flies through the entire pack. And is going to go out for a goal kick. So as for the home side, they're going to look to, you imagine, make it 2 wins in 2 on the weekend, next weekend, when they travel to Leeds and they travel over to Bradford Park Avenue. Obviously, it was happy hunting grounds for one of the substitutes who came off this afternoon, and Alex Curran, when Curzon Ashton travelled there with a hat-trick inside an hour. Piers trying to touch that one on for De Mayo, but he can't run onto the slight little window that was left open for him. Now here's Jordan Richards that's battling hard with Caleb Richards, and Caleb Richards is the one that's going to send the ball long and down the line towards Sensen, I should say. And he's done well there as well, the new loanee. G'day, Durandi. Welcome along. You're just joining us. There's 12 minutes left in this one. It is Kidderminster Harriers 3, Curzon Ashton 0. An own goal in the first half kicked off the scoring. And then 2 goals in the space of about 11 minutes from Amari Morgan-Smith has put the 3 in. Has put them 3 in front. Big shouts for handball though against Dale Witham, but that's not given. Advantage is being paid though for a tug on a shirt. As Hemmings spreads the play wide, and Stenson almost got himself on the end of that one. He rose up very, very high. And now here's Jordan Richards for Curzon Ashton to try and get this one away. He pulls the ball up long to the big man in Hobson. Witham goes in hard, but can't win out in the challenge. Here's Carrington now with a little bit of not many red shirts ahead of him. His opposite number barging into with his shoulder. And it's going to be a free kick to Kidderminster. Clumsy there from Dale Witham, who was brought on only 6 minutes ago. Going to get the snacks, I think. Maybe less the snacks and more the Kleenex, I think, Durandi, after this one. Although I suppose if you're getting the snacks, then it's always comfort food after this result. Another change is being made, it looks like, or is getting ready to be made for Kidderminster Harriers. I think it's Jaden White that is the man that is getting ready. As a real dangerous opportunity is coming here for Kidderminster. About 25 yards out from goal. Just there in front on that kind of left angle. It's sent up high. It rattles the bar. Great effort there. It was Amari Sterling that was the one that took the free kick, and it thunders against the bar on the far side of the goal. Great effort there, much to the respect and the admiration of the Kidderminster home crowd. And we are going to restart with a throw-in, which is quickly intercepted by Amari Sterling. He's been everywhere so far in this game. Here now is Keziah Martin, who we haven't said his name all too much throughout this second half. But it's going to be launched forward for a throw-in to Curzon Ashton inside their own half on the far side of the ground. Looks like that change is just moments away from being made for Kidderminster. It is going to be Jaden White that is going to come on here as an academy graduate here for Kidderminster, and scored his first professional goal this season. So he'll be eager to try and see if he can get himself a second of his career. Here is Craig Mann though. Sending the ball to Nolan. Here's Barton inside his own half, looking on the far side of the ground. Here's Richards. Now passing short with them. Ignores the overlapping run of Richards. He was being tracked well, so definitely the smart option. Here now is Challoner on the near side after the ball being switched to the feet of Piers, but the second man around him who goes in late there, Carrington. And the referee's going to go to his pocket here as well. Looks like Carrington is going to earn himself a yellow card for his travels. So yellow card is there shown by referee Sam Mulhall. for the challenge on Witham. And Curzon Ashton are going to get a chance here from a set piece to possibly pick themselves up a consolation goal here, with Mann standing over the free kick. Sent over towards the far post, bending and going through the entire pack. Hobson, I think, was blinded by the sun. And it looks like we might actually be due for a double change here for Kidderminster. So it's Ashley Hemmings, that's the man that is being brought off for Jaden White. Ashley Hemmings has certainly had himself a great game, has bagged himself a couple of assists today. Manager Russ Penn will certainly be delighted with his performance and his contribution this afternoon. And that brings on the youngster, the academy graduate, Jaden White, for these last 7 minutes and stoppage time. As the goal kick is sent long towards the far side of the ground and down the line. First header on it was Barton's, trying to set that ball up for Hobson, who does somehow manage to keep that one under control and beat the covering defenders off, but the pass left something to be desired sideways to Mann. Here now is Austin for Kidderminster, sending that ball in behind with White looking to try and chase, but Challoner does well under pressure. Here with a touch and a turn inside now is Nolan with him. He's quickly dispossessed now. And now here's Keziah Martin through on goal. Keziah Martin for 4! He scores! Cool and calm as you like. We just said moments ago that I hadn't mentioned his name much in this second half. And just like that, he's put the icing on the cake for the Kidderminster Harriers. It is 4-0 yet again. Another 4-0 scoreline twice in the same week for Curzon Ashton. It's a well-taken goal, though, right in the near post, right across his far post to the near side of the ground here. And just like that, the former Burnley man is signed, sealed and delivered. It's his first real professional goal. He scored a goal in the pre-season friendly this season, but that's his first in league competition. And just like that, we restart at 4-0 to the home side Kidderminster Harriers, who'll be definitely looking to take this momentum through to next weekend's trip to Bradford Park Avenue. And Curzon will be going back to the tame side with their tails between their legs and hoping to recoup and rebuild when they host Spennymoor. Here's Adam Barton, though, with his last 5 minutes and change to go. Here is trying to win with Pears, but he loses out initially. Richards goes in fairly, but it's still going now yet again for Kidderminster, and is an offside flag raised against the far side. I think that's Keziah Martin, the goal scorer, the fourth goal scorer, I should say. As a third and final change is going to be made here for Kidderminster. It's Ethan Fremantle that is standing on the sideline. And is getting set to come onto the ground. And it is Amari Sterling that is going to be the one to be replaced. The St. Kitts and Nevis International has certainly contributed well, and now is going to be a chance for Ethan Fremantle, who is a Kidderminster original, another one of those players that has started their career here with the Harriers. It's his third professional season here. His first career goal was in January of 2021. And he's got himself 4 goals this season in what is now his 21st appearance. Over 2,000 fans here has just been announced in attendance. As the minutes begin to tick down and bring this game to a close. I imagine that the Curzon Ashton players are going to be very, very eager to get themselves back on the team bus and get themselves back to the comfort of their homes. But it's not over quite yet. Here's Wilson, who was wrestling hard there with Stenson. Wilson wins out. Barton sends it all the way backwards to Renshaw. It goes long towards the middle of the ground. First header away was a Kidderminster one, and then it's hooked by Jordan Richards. Hobson goes down in a heap. Here's DeMaio, though, in the middle of the ground. His sideways pass was intended for Jordan Richards, but I think the messages on the wires might have been slightly crossed there.
Man of the match, chosen by a match sponsor, goes to number 9,
Man of the match being announced over the loudspeaker. Number 9, Morgan Smith. Certainly has to be deserved. No real argument could be made with that. As Witham tries to stab a ball forward into the attacking half. Hobson trying to cause a menace to himself and throw his weight around. He goes down again, and nothing's going to be given. Here now is Fremantle. First touch for the substitute. His pass to try and release wasn't a great one, and his second was met with an interception. And he's going to go out to a Curzon thrown on the far side of the ground. We will find out any moment now as well how many minutes of stoppage time we are going to receive. As Barton sends the ball into the advanced areas, and it rolls on kindly there. Here's Piers on the far side being marked closely. He's got a man behind him if he needs to use him, and he does. Nolan presents short and central for him. He fires a shot in, but it's straight into the legs of a covering man there. There's a man loose out the back. It was with him, I think, there. That's loose out the back. Handball shouts being heard, but nothing being given. Here's DeMaio trying to release with him, who floats the ball up towards the goal square, and it's saved away. Piers in close range, and Luke Simpson makes himself big. And the clean sheet is still intact for Kidderminster. And it is going to be a throw in now on the near side for Kidderminster. And they will certainly take their time. It was a lovely little passage of play. It was a good passage of play. Good work from Witham to deliver the ball into the danger area. And Piers rose up and tried to just nod that one in from close range. But all credit to Luke Simpson, who made himself big and kept that one out. As another throw-in is now going to come here for Kidderminster. The fourth officials board is now going around the ground. It is 4 minutes of stoppage time that we are going to see here as the ball is looped to the near side of the ground, but the offside flag is up against Piers. So 4 minutes of added time is the decision. As some of the supporters here start to make their way out and beat the initial crowd rush. As the shadows start to cast over even further across this ground. Not quite sure that Simpson still needs his cap there, but I think he'll wear it purely for posterity now. So the free kick is sent long on the near side of the ground here with them, with a header on Folks. Foul in there, yes it is, against Keziah Martin, or Keziah Martin was the one that was fouled. DeMaio there, the one that is pleading his innocence to the referee, as well as Piers. But free kick is going to be taken here now by Keith Lowe. So it's a happy game appearance number 20 for him here, isn't it, Keith Lowe? And a not so happy 35 for Craig Mann, as Lowe sends this one over towards the far side of the ground. It was headed away by Barton, sent back in towards the box, and Barton had to clear again, and it was a late chance, a late decision to come off his line there, Renshaw, to get that, but he does indeed collect it. Had one or two red shirts that were surrounding and around him, trying to latch onto that loose ball if he did spill it. Now here is Jordan Richards on the far side of the ground for Curzon Ashton. Here's DeMaio now being harried by two Kidderminster players, one of them being Curzon Ashton, the latest goal scorer for Kidderminster. Very well taken goal as well indeed. Here is DeMaio again. Now Richards sending the ball in close range, and it's headed away there by Falks. Throwing on the near side of the ground for Curzon Ashton. Still a little bit of time to ruin that clean sheet. Man is fouled on the near side. And we're going to get a free kick here. Probably one of the last few involvements of this game, the last few chats of this game. If you've enjoyed the coverage this afternoon, then I know the result quite hasn't gone the Curzon way. But if you did enjoy the coverage and you want to stick around for more, you can support the channel and get notified every time we go live for free by hitting the little love heart button. But if you'd like to support me and the channel even further, you can also opt to subscribe. As Richard's going to fire a shot in, and it's parried away hard by Luke Simpson. And now it could set Kidderminster away on a counter-attack here again. It's 3-on-1. Curzon Ashton is here to his right. He decides to go to his left. Good save on the rebound. Goal! It's 5! In stoppage time, it's a 5th on the rebound from the save for Chris Renshaw, and it's the captain, Sam Austin. That is fired home from about 10 yards out. And just like that, Kidderminster Harriers have made it 5-0. Well, there was really nothing that could be done about that. There are so many numbers and bodies that were committed forward for that free kick and that stoppage for Curzon Ashton, and the ball long range out from the back. 3-on-1. Challoner could only cover so many. The ball went to the left, to the far side of the ground first to Ethan Fremantle, whose shot was blocked and saved by Renshaw. But sure enough, there was the captain, Sam Austin, lurking around as the full-time whistle blows. A day to forget and a trip out to forget, as Curzon Ashton have 5 goals blasted past them by Kidderminster Harriers. The first coming by way of an own goal that is credited against Jordan Lassie. Then 2 goals in the space of 11 minutes by Amari Morgan Smith, both headers. Curzon Ashton took a goal very, very well in the 85th minute, and then Sam Austin finishing just seconds ago on a counter-attack to make it 5-0. Thank all of you that have tuned in and have stuck around. Like I was saying, if you enjoyed the commentary, I know that the result hasn't quite gone the way that Curzon Ashton fans and Curzon Ashton faithful will have been hoping for, but if you enjoyed the coverage and you'd like to support the stream of the channel for free, of course, it's not just Curzon Ashton content that we do around here as part of the Sports Accelerator program. We'll do a lot of coverage on the Australian Football League. Aussie Rules Sports is a fantastic sport, and if it's something you'd like to learn more about and like to get involved with, then you can do so by following the channel by hitting that love heart button. But if you'd like to support the channel even further as well, it's definitely not a necessity, but by all means, if you are able to and would like to support me and my quest to try and possibly do this as a full-time job, you can choose to subscribe to the channel as well, which you might be able to do for free with Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch account as well, and you should have a free Prime sub there to use on any channel on Twitch. That's going to do it from me then here live from the Agra Stadium. It's full time here. Kidderminster Harriers 5, Curzon Ashton 0. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you again on Monday evening for a stream wrapping up all the action from this weekend's Australian Football League matches. But until then, good afternoon and good evening, everybody.